how we want to reposition ourselves so that we can deliver what is being expected from us as a legislatures of the continent. That is the main purpose that we are here for. So we are starting with a capacity building. So the members of parliament, they should know the role and the mandate of the Pan-African Parliament so that they can at the same time educate the people in their respective country about what is the Pan-African Parliament stand for. That is why we are here.
And obviously the heart of this session is the issue around, for example, the Malabo Protocol. We know this is very important in terms of making sure that the Parliament is given powers in terms of legislative oversight. What would be your word to the member states and your fellow MPs in terms of making sure that they ratify this important instrument?
The most important thing is in the Malabo Protocol, we have to make sure that we educate the current leadership of the respective member states, simply because it has been done in 2003. So most of them, they were not there in the office. So if we cannot educate them and we are expecting the signature from them, so it's very, very tedious exercise. So we have to make sure that we embark on a education mission to make sure that we're going to educate the member state what is the meaning of the Malabo Protocol and what is going to be the benefit from the signature if they can appendix the signature in the Malabo Protocol, the benefit that is going to come up with the signatures.
And maybe just before I let you go, Sam, there was a point where this house was characterized by the divisions between the so-called French-speaking parts of Africa and those who are English-speaking parts of the continent. Have we overcome those challenges in terms of being aligned in terms of the vision and the Pan-African approach in so many challenges facing the continent?
You know, sometimes the division can be bred by a certain individual, and the division can be put down by a certain individual. Currently, we have a leader who's fighting to make sure that he's talking the language of integration in reality. So currently, we see each and every region is represented in the Bureau, in the respective committees. So the people, they can see that, no, indeed, the Pan-African Parliament belongs to all of us. It's not belong to a certain region who have a more numbers or more influence. So all of us, we feel at home while we are in a Pan-African Parliament.
Yeah. And quite a very important role to play, sir, because, for example, when you talk about the continental free trade area, it's likely to be a very critical instrument in terms of changing the fortunes of the continent economically, but the issue of peace and security is still a big impediment in this regard.
Yeah, no, the free trade agreement, you know that we are talking this language because it's there in Rwanda. So most of the members of parliament, when we are in our caucuses, they will be saying, no, you know, I don't know anything about PAP. So I don't know anything about PAP. What more about a free trade agreement? What more about peace and security? So which means the challenge is not the members of parliament who are here. The challenge is our member states, which means because they are not coming from the vacuum, they are coming from the society. So the society which they are coming from, they are not aware of the Pan-African Parliament. So we have to make sure that we educate the people of all those agreements that we have been embarked on as a African Union. So which means the Pan-African Parliament, it is going to facilitate to make sure that we came to a realization of the trade agreement.
And just before I let you go, say, what would be your role as the Pan-African Parliament? Quite a number of countries are having elections. The Angolans will be heading to the polls tomorrow. Recently, we saw Kenyans as well going to the elections. What has been a clear message from your president, Chief Chorombira, was that, you know, there should be an acceptance of the will of the people. The electoral results should be respected. But what would be your message to other countries that will go to the elections, your Angola, your Lesotho, just in the very forthcoming period? What would be your message to the leaders, the political actors, and just the citizens as well?
You know, we have to understand one thing. When we go into the elections, we are pledging ourselves to say, I'm here to serve you as the representative in the office of the presidency or whichever position that you are willing to represent. But the most important thing, once the results are out, we have to respect the result because the people, they have spoken loud and clear. So we have to live with that spirit to say, no, if these people, they have spoken, they have spoken. You can be a professor of law, professor of whatever, but you stand against someone who has won 14 tenders and decided to go and buy all the electorates, and they have rallied behind him. So let's respect that. It's the people who have killed themselves. It's not you who killed themselves.